everybody, Chris here from the Off-Grid Schoolie and Tiny Home Tours YouTube channel. Today's video features Tiffany. She lives in a 1990 G20 Chevy van with her two daughters. So very similar to Amanda, which was a couple videos ago. She's a perfect example of someone that had a dream, had a desire, and really went after it. I love the way she put her van together. Her and her two daughters are just living the dream, really. I was able to hang out with them for about a week and a half up in North Phoenix. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you next week.
Hi, I'm Tiffany, and this is my van. This is a 1990 Chevy G20 van, conversion van. I actually wasn't looking into van life. I was looking into buying an RV, and just some circumstances changed things, and I started getting interested in van life. And once I finally found out that this was possible to actually stay in a van, I started pursuing it. I live in the van with my two daughters. They're 3 and 5, and we homeschool, we travel full time. Prior to living in a van, we used to just travel and live in different apartments, just in different states. So we moved here from Seattle to Phoenix, but we're from Missouri. So we bounce around quite a bit, and the whole purpose of us traveling was to just learn about different cultures, learn about different states, and to bring education into what our travelings do. So this is the back of the van. Right now I am going to put these hose holders up and put some plants in there. Underneath the van I have homeschool material in this box. I have some homeschool material, and then I have some electronics in this box that can be accessible for the girls. They have cameras. Since I'm still painting the van, I still have all of my painting, my fabric paint. So I'm painting everything in here white. And it used to be gray. And then on this side is all of my tools. So I have auto tools, tools just for home or anything, and jumper cables. I have those just in case. Actually, this is the stock fold down bed, and it actually converts up if you pull it up. It has a latch in the front, and I'm able to put the girls' seatbelts and put them in car seats in here. So it doubles as a bench for them and as a bed for us at night. Well, it's actually fine. I'm used to living in 1-bedroom apartments with them, and we've always slept. They were co-sleeping, so I've been co-sleeping with them since they were born. But I said eventually I'll move up as they get older, because I actually like this. I actually like van life for now. And while they're young, we can do this. But as we get older, probably buy our RV with the bunkhouse. With the curtains, I actually saw some videos, and I was inspired to use some hooks, some metal magnet hooks, and I bought them, and it didn't work out because when you close it, it closes right into here. So I had the curtain rod and everything, and it didn't work out. So I had to think of plan B, because I wanted to still utilize my curtains. Basically, a lot of this stuff was bought from my apartment, so I didn't have to buy over. I just used a lot that I had. So these curtains came from our apartment, and I just noticed that this flap up here at the top where I have the lights, I stuck the lights in there, and then I noticed, I said, well, I can just use the curtains and just push them in there neatly, and they hold on. It holds the curtains together. For privacy at night, I have some temporary shades, and what I do is they come down, and the more they're down, the more you can't really see. So when it's closed, you can't, it'll come down further, and you can't see actually inside. So, and then I also have felt that I put up, felt board covers, so if I ever needed to use them. But while I'm here, I don't let them down. I just let everything up, because the lake view, I just look at the lake. That's how we go to sleep at night. Okay, so now we're inside the van, and so I have the bed right here in front of me, and this is our little storage for clothing. I went to school for fashion, and I used to have a lot of clothes, enough where I would just go through the Weather Channel and for the whole month and just pick out clothes for each day that I was going to school. And with traveling, it actually caused me to be a minimalist. So prior to even moving in the van, I already downsized. I only had like 40 items, including shoes, for the entire year. And so I didn't have to downsize any further. What I did was I looked at Pinterest, and I actually had never had a dresser. My neighbor actually blessed us with this dresser, and she was giving it away, throwing it away. And we figured that it would fit in this area, because initially there was nothing in this area other than this, the bathroom. So I had to Google. I went on Pinterest and I learned how to fold. And it was just weird because I went from walk-in closets to having to figure out how we can get all of our clothes in here. So the top drawer has all of my clothes and everything fits in here. So all of my clothes, all 30 items. I had to give away some shoes. So that's what I gave away in trade. And then this holds all the girls' clothes, my daughter's clothes. And then at the bottom is just pajamas and play clothes for my daughters. But this holds all of our clothes. And for the girls, a lot of people have already asked, like, how do I do minimalism with children? Well, I've already been doing that with my daughters. I only buy a certain amount, and I buy them both the exact same items. So they're different sizes, but they adjust them just alike. And I only buy like 7 or 14 outfits per season for them. So it fit actually very perfectly with I think it's Marie Kondo folding method that I've done. Here is like, I just wanted to continue to have my books and wanted it to just be pretty and just resemble my apartment. So I did the little tabletop, and then I bought this from Amazon. I actually saw this in somebody else's van, just like an idea, and it wasn't this exact same thing, but I found this little tablet holder on Amazon, and it comes out. I can put it, bring it out. There you go. So I can take it out, and I can use this upward, or I can just put it there. And with since I work remotely, I use my phone primarily for internet, and it turns into a hotspot. So that's what connects this. And we watch Netflix and just regular shows. We never were cable people. So I just basically used what I had and made a little entertainment center. This is definitely a lot smaller than I used to have 55-inch screen TVs. And yeah, people were like, you're crazy to downsize from TVs. That's the first thing a lot of people ask. What about entertainment? So once they knew I had a bathroom, because that's initially the first thing everybody asks, they're like, what about entertainment? This is our entertainment right here. So for the windows, since they are very long, and I don't know, it was just different because I'm so used to like square windows, and then I didn't like the initial curtains that came with the van, so I took those out. And my plan is to actually do like probably roller shades, or ones that look like how my initial ones look, the brown, the tan kind of, but have it white. Just do it white instead of the brown, so that way everything is cohesive. So for the solar, everything was already actually installed with the solar, so I really don't have too much information. I do know that the solar is a 100-watt Renogy solar panel, and the man who initially built this, he put a nightstand which holds the inverter, and I'm able to charge my laptop, charge all of our devices. I don't really use much of the solar power other than for charging items, and also for my crock pot. That's what this is all under here. This holds all of my kitchen, and my crock pot and my rice cooker, I can charge that. So this is the Wanderer solar charge controller. Don't really know what it is. I'm wondering what it does. I guess tells me if my battery is low. You know, when I looked into van life, it was fun, you know, to see everybody doing it, but I said, I don't know what I'm really doing. But it's taught me to be more cautious with the energy that I'm using, all the electronics and everything that I'm using. So on the last couple of days, I ended up just running it down. So it hasn't really been sunny enough for it to charge my solar panel. But I am planning on buying another one to put up there for more energy. These are stock photos. I'm actually getting my daughters in my apartment. I used to have like a wall collage of them. I just get their pictures done for their birthdays and do black and white. That's how I did it in my apartment, black and white photos. So my mom actually found this at the Goodwill and it was new. So we looked at it, I said, hey, it'll go in. It's like a little picture holder. So that's what I plan on, replacing these folks with my family. This right here is a motion sensor lamp and it turns on whenever you move in front of it at night. And then this is a battery operated and USB operated diffuser. So I can plug it in or I just put AAA batteries in and it helps diffuse. And so at night, well, it's getting close to it. So they actually turn on as a timer. These are battery operated lights. I actually had them in my apartment on my banister for my patio. And I figured, how about LED lights? And then I said, you know what, I have to think about, I was going to initially take all of this out, all of the ceiling and the walls, and someone from my church, he actually has like a construction company, but with me buying this so close towards my end of my lease, you know, the timing didn't work out. So we came up with the idea to paint everything and then just use what I had to do the lights. So I just used those, and luckily it actually fit all of the 50 lights fit around perfectly. And at night, this just brings a little ambiance and they just automatically light up for us at night. Well, I'm still painting everything. It used to be like actually a darker gray than this, and this is like probably 1 or 2 coats. I've done around like 5 coats of white because it's fabric, and so I have to use textile medium and mix it in with the paint, and I have to keep painting over it and sanding it and painting over it. So it's taken a lot longer process than I initially thought. I thought it would take like a week, but with the bed being so big still, even with the cabinets in the shower, and you have to let it dry. I've never painted anything before, so this is like all new to me, and I'm still in the process of getting everything painted white and turning it from the gray. The reason why I am painting everything white is because when I initially got the van, everything felt so dark. Everything was so closed in. It was all brown. And then with the dark gray ceilings, brown floors, it wasn't working for me. It felt like a cave. So and first thing I did when I got the van was I bought white paint, and we just went over all of this and painted it all white. I gotta repaint it because, you know, you have kids, things get dirty. You know, I clean it off and it still gets dirty. But I was just saying it today, it's van life, it's traveling. You have to adjust and you can't be so stuck in the mud. So that's what I'm doing. I'm not really worried, as I can always buy paint. I can always, you know, have the magic eraser. So that's what I've been doing. It's not really worrying. I just keep my paint storage down there under the bed. So I'm on the bed and I'm facing towards the front of the van. And so to my right, of course, we just saw the nightstand, but to the left of this is a closet, was a bookshelf. And I'm turning it into a mirrored closet. Kind of resembles my apartment because I had mirror walls. So I really like that opposed to the openness of the bookshelf initially. So I'm still in progress of putting everything together, but this comes off it's actually going to be on hinges, and this is initially what the bookshelf looked like. So there are 2 batteries down here, and they are charged by the solar system, and above those I have books for the girls, and they like to read, and it keeps like some more homeschool stuff right here for accessible for them. And then up above that I have bathroom and body items. So we have our hair, we have hand warmers, toothpaste, anything that you use for your body, toiletries. And then at the top I have a mixture of jars. So I have potpourri, I have my Bluetooth speaker. This connects to my phone and it makes everything loud, even louder. So we can have like surround sound if we want to. And I have little canisters. I saw these on Instagram, and I was actually putting these in the canisters, the ones that are going to hold my planters in the back. I was initially going to put them in here and make this a kitchen. And when we figured out I was getting this, we just changed it around, the whole plan. So I just store these, and it just keeps all my dry goods in there that we normally eat, like beans and oatmeal and our rice, and our pasta. And then right here holds a lot of my kitchen appliances. Well, some of them actually are at my campsite. I have a 2-burner. In this ottoman, I got this from Walmart, and it actually is doing well. It holds all of my kitchen appliances. So I have some things at the campsite. So when I bought the van, they initially gave me the 2-burner propane stove. So I have propane bottles and the Coleman stove, and it's actually out because I use it. And they also gave me this electric stove, and I just ended up buying like a strainer, a smaller strainer, so it could fit in here. And a rice cooker goes in here. I primarily use my rice cooker a lot in here. I make pasta, breakfast food, oatmeal, anything. My rice cooker has like a steamer, so I put my chicken in there, and I'm able to cook regular food without cooking in there. And then it's my crock pot. I have a smoothie blender, some measuring cups, and the kids' cups. Well, I have to like space everything out. Okay, I have to like make sure it charges, because I know I've just noticed when I use my rice cooker, still learning how to convert like the wattage and everything. I always just think, oh, it says it's 100, therefore I can use it. Yeah, no, I kill it. That's why this is in here, because this was too much. This one thing, this is actually under, I guess, with the solar wattage. But this is like 1,000 watts or something, and this killed my battery in one day. It was actually a couple of hours, and I was out here. That's why I realized I'm not using this one until I get another solar panel. But my rice cooker, it works really well, and I'm able to use it on a more frequent basis. Sometimes we just use dry foods, or we have the restaurant, we go down to the restaurant. But for the majority of it, like, I only use my rice cooker for just dinners. So I'm not using for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You know, it's primarily for dinners that I can do. Well, moving forward from the bookshelf area, this is my impromptu kitchen. So initially when I bought the van, none of this existed right here. There used to be a water canister that's set up here, and the sink was bolted into the door. That's all it was. So all of this was just empty space. But with me, I needed some more practical usage out of everything. So I'm downsizing from an apartment, 650 square foot, to I guess this is 20 square feet. So I needed to actually use some space to hold my sink, to hold just cleaning materials. So I ended up buying this from Target. And then this right here, the little leaf table, is on top of an IKEA dresser. So I just used that. My neighbor had 2 of the IKEA dressers, and so they didn't like them, and it wasn't going with their decor. So I just used the top of one IKEA dresser, and I just painted it. I bought this contact paper from Amazon and it's waterproof. So I can get it wet and it doesn't damage it or anything. And I liked it because it was actually black and it went with the decor that I was going for. So this is a cabinet from Target and it magnetized so it doesn't open up when I'm driving. So on the inside of here, I have my sink that goes in here. It pulls out a portable sink. So I'm actually using it outside right now. And so this right here is our countertop space for meal prepping. I think this probably is too long. I don't know, but it works. I just prop it up and I use all of this for any type of, like, even my computer. If I want to sit right here, I just use this as a computer, or if both the girls, they can slide this over and sit on the ottoman and they can both sit right here and use it for whatever, like coloring. But for food prep, it works. I'm able to put everything on here. If it's like raining outside, I just bring everything inside and I can cook in from here. It just works for us. Right now, it's more practical than what I originally thought it would probably be. I just got ideas from like different like van lifers and RVers, and I know there's a lot of RVs that I've seen that have the little pop-up leaf. So once I realized that, I said I probably can just use that inside the van and actually gain more countertop space. So I have a letter board up here and I just change it out. Right now I'm learning to be content in the situation, like in any circumstance that I'm in. So whether it's, living in Seattle or, anywhere, I moved around a lot, and, you gain stuff and you lose stuff, and that's just life. So I'm learning to just be content with what I have and just be thankful. So that's what the context of this. I know that's not what the verse says. It doesn't say be content, but the whole context of that, and just being content with what with little and with a lot. So that's what I'm doing right now. So this is a little space. So I'm content in this little space, just as I was content in my bigger space. All of this is not real shiplap. It's just wallpaper from Target. After I painted everything, I just put the shiplap wallpaper, and it just brought a sense of home to it. It wasn't as stale. So when it was just white, I felt like I was in a hospital room, and I needed to add some sass because I couldn't do it. No, that's what the outside, and then under here, it holds all my daughter's shoes. So, except for the ones they're wearing right now. So they have like 3 sets of shoes, and then I make them wear their slippers when they're inside. Don't like them tracking mud inside. So they just put their shoes in here, and they actually worked out a little perfect cubby hole space for them. And so this door, same thing. I put the wallpaper. I took all of the original door off. It was all blue and carpet, and I took it off to make it, I wanted to make it like a wood type, like I've seen some van life, with the wood, and it just, I'm not that skilled with like carpentry or anything like that. So I just went to Home Depot and I bought hardboard, and I had them cut it out. Had to cut them out to shape, size, and screw them back into where they were at. And so on this side, I still have to actually do this door. I just have to get this part cut out. So that's what I'm doing. And since they had an original door handle, I took all of that off. So I found this at Hobby Lobby, and I'm gonna put it up there as rose gold so it can be used as our door handle. I wanted to keep the back and the front separated, and I wanted to ensure that it just stayed light in the back because I like black. If I had it my way, everything would be black with marble. But since it's so small, I went with white. And sometimes you have to just go with the flow, and sometimes they get dirty. I just put it in a washer. But these are blackout curtains, So if we are camped out, like before I actually started full timing, we would camp out in front of my apartment complex. And even when I still have my apartment, and we just did the week, and we stayed out there in the parking lot just to see how we actually liked it and if we could bear with the coldness, because it is cold. I don't have a heater in here. I don't have, I guess, the propane heater or something. I'm going to probably buy a Mr. Buddy heater, but right now I really don't have that. So we were just trying to see if we could fare in living in here, and I needed some privacy so that way people wouldn't see inside and see that it's a home inside. So this keeps on the front is black and on the back is white. So I like that. From the front of the van, you can't tell that any of this is back here. And so right next to it, next to the curtains, I have a jacket holder storage. And I just put command hooks up here, and it holds up all our outerwear. So I have like several pieces in here. I have like 10 jackets. Like somebody, they thought I only wore one jacket because they were like, that's all you can fit in a van. And I was just like, no, I actually can store a lot more. So if they like our sweaters and the kids' sweaters, and it works. It works and it's functional. So yeah, and I actually got the inspiration from some other van lifers. They put theirs right behind the driver's seat. So I just went with their idea. Lastly, we have a powder room. Yes, it is a powder room. It's my bathroom. And one of the biggest things when I looked at van life was I noticed that a lot of people didn't have bathrooms. And with me having children that are potty training and, you know, just wanted to go to the bathroom, I don't foresee myself ever going out, get with a shovel and going into the ground or anything like that. I went camping last year in September. Okay, I'm not a camper. No, in my tent I had nightstands. I had my motion sensor light, my oil diffuser. So I'm not your like, let me just go put everything in my tent. Everything was neat in my tent. So when I looked at the bathroom, I knew the national park or wherever we were at, and I said, no, I can't do this. I cannot do it. It just funneled into the ground. And so I needed a space in my van. If I knew I was going to do van life, I needed a space for a bathroom, and it's been working well for us. All of this is wallpaper from Target, if you have guessed. This is from Target. I just put that up there, the little decor sign, and then I have my family rules, and I had this in my apartment already, and I used to have a lot of canvas art, and I couldn't keep everything, so I gave up almost every single last one except for this one, and it fit right in the area, and it ties into what we do, you know, about our family. So it just keeps a reminder of what we should be doing, and it goes with the decor. Before I open, this actually was in my bathroom from my apartment. It was an ombre shower curtain, and the further it went down, the darker it got. But since there's no itty bitty type of curtains that you can find anywhere, and I tried to look for some, like, none of them worked. So I just went with what I had, and this is my curtain, and I just cut it to size so it could fit in, and cut the shower liner as well, and I just tuck it in so you won't see the frayed parts. But it worked well because the colors already went with the bathroom. I really like that. So it was like everything was coming together. On the inside of the bathroom, I have a little light, and it's battery operated, and I like that because I'm not worried if my daughters, you know, leave it on, it's bright enough that they'll know to turn it back off, and it's not running off of the solar or anything like that. So that works out. And originally, the man who built this, they said he actually spent a lot of time putting this in. It took a lot of like just time and energy to actually put a bathroom, install it. And I don't know what it is, but it's solid and it works. He, like yours, it ports out the water, it comes out the van. So that works. The cassette toilet. You know what? I thought that it would bother me to change the cassette toilet, and it's actually like changing kids. You got a job to do, and I mean, it is disgusting. It is, but I changed my daughters a lot, and sometimes you can have some bomb explosions, so it can be, as babies or whatever. I'm not like, it didn't turn me off to like not to dump it. I just keep gloves down here, so whenever I do go, I just put on the gloves and I go dump it. And here at the resort, they have the potable water, and I can fill up for free, and then I have to dump. So it works out. I've already done it once. So yeah, that's what the cassette toilet, and I put essential oils. I actually saw someone comment about, I think it was Wild Bottom Out. I was watching her video, and she was talking about like cassette toilets and dumping and everything. And someone mentioned in the comments to put essential oils in the water, and it actually works. Like the smell, the aroma is, I don't know, it's like disinfecting, but it also smells good when you flush it. So it's been working for the girls and I don't mind if they go. I know some people, they don't say that they want to do the number 2 or whatever, but I don't mind if they go. It's a bathroom, so I dump it once they're done. So for the shower, these came with the van. It was actually some more. I have one more, but there was another one and it was broken, so I threw that one away. And they just hold up the water for the shower. For the shower, I've used it a couple of times actually, and I don't use it for myself, I use it for the girls. It's because it's cold, but sometimes like accidents happen, so I have to like spray like pants and everything, and it works. I can attest that it does work. And it came with a Oakley shower, a portable shower, and what the man did, he bolted it into the wall, and so it's like a little shower head. And this is battery operated or charger operated. So what I do is, this charges, I can plug this into my inverter, and you just dump this into the water, and then this turns on, and you just keep this out, and it pressurizes, and it comes out the exact same way as you would for actual regular shower. This is cool. Yeah, if I want hot water, because I don't have a heater, a water tank or anything like that, I just heat it up. If I want hot water, just heat it on the stove. But here at the campground, I use the showers here, so it comes with the staying for the dry camping, so I just use the amenities that I have here. But I think especially in the summer, because it is so hot here, I'm going to definitely use these, like just to cool off or whatever. And the best part is that I can take it out if I want to. I can take the whole shower, and then we can shower outside if we ever wanted to. Or we can use this. It's a solar shower, one of the camp showers. Don't know how to really use it. It came with my van, so I guess you just put it towards a tree. It let the sun have the shower head in there, the little part that goes with this. So I have a solar shower and an electric shower. So I have 2 options, and I just kept my rose gold. I had 2 of those. So I put one with the bookshelves, the books in there, and then I just had this one in my apartment. They just held my toilet tissue. So I figured to just use what I have, and then just, instead of everything everywhere, it all fits into this little compartment. And I have like Maskadoo. If anybody's ever looking to mask anything, you just spray it and then you don't smell anything. And I spray it for the kids. This BioGreen dissolving pouch, these came with the van. So I don't really know I just used it for the first time in the toilet. Yeah, I just used it because I didn't know what to really do. And I just keep a roll of toilet tissue in here because I don't have a toilet roll holder or anything like that, but I keep one in here just in case nobody wants to reach over here. And I have some cleaning that I got from Target, so I could just clean off everything, sanitize. When I first drove the van, it was so different. I had never been so high up in a car. I went from having a sports car to having a Honda Accord. So yeah, when I moved to Seattle, I didn't own a car. I owned one when I was in Missouri and in Kansas. And when I moved to Seattle, because it was so expensive, I didn't actually own a car. It was more expensive to keep it at my apartment than it was to just drive it, you know, and use it. And I work from home. So when I went to Seattle, I lived on the light rail. And for 2 years, I lived out there without a car. And then when I moved to Phoenix, I also lived on the light rail, close to downtown, without a car. So it's been almost 4 years since I've driven an actual car, and the last car I drove was a Honda Accord. After there was last year I drove a Honda Accord. I used to rent cars too, and it was so different being so high up, and I wasn't used to that. I was actually nervous. I started driving like slow because I was like so nervous that I was like gonna hit people. I can only imagine what it feels like driving a school bus, but I was just really nervous, but now I'm more comfortable with it, and it's just taking time to get used to like the mirrors, and I don't have a rearview mirror or anything like that, so I have to rely on the side, the little magnetized rearview mirrors for on the side of the window, and that's when it's just taking my time, and I have to realize that I don't have to rush to get anywhere. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just driving the speed limit. I am driving the speed limit, but I am very cautious that I don't hit anybody. So that's how my driving experience. For the gas, it takes probably like $50 to fill up from E. Because I tried it. I tried to see how, if I get it down to E, how much would it cost? And it's at Costco. So probably if I were to go to a different gas station, probably like 60, 70, I don't know. But with Costco being so cheap, I just get it like at $2. And so it fills up for $50. But as soon as I fill it up, it starts going down because it's a gas guzzler. Since I've only been driving this for 2 weeks now. Like when I first bought the van, after I actually replaced the battery and started just driving around town to get used to it, I only filled up probably once in a month. So I don't drive because since I lived on a light rail, I'm so used to taking a light rail and everything was close by, accessible. So at the grocery store next door, I just walk next door. I didn't drive. So when I started actually driving it, I started noticing I fill up like probably twice a month now, or I can go 3 weeks if I'm not heading in town frequently. But I do head in town a couple of days out the week for church. Back there, it takes like around 25 minutes to get back in town. That does, as soon as I fill up, it goes to the next hand. So right now I'm at a 3/4 of a tank, and I just filled up a couple of days ago. I mean, but that's an exchange for I don't have to pay $1,000 for a 1-bedroom anymore. Right. So I knew that gas was going to be probably gas and maintenance be the top costly things about van life. But in 4 years, I spent $70,000 living in 1-bedroom apartments. So, you know, when I weighed the pros and cons out, I still would choose van life over having my apartments. So yeah, now I'm able to save money to travel more and also to pay off my student loans. So that's what I'm working on. Okay, so if you would like to follow us, we're Tiny Time Travelers, and this is our time machine, our glamourized time machine, and we are on any of the social medias linked down below. Thank you.